until we get it right, we are going to fuck some more. That was so bold of him. It's like, hey, what you saying? We gonna fuck some more. What? Excuse me? Till we get it right, we gonna love some more. I'ma get it. That can be metaphoric for so many things, friends. But what we're talking about is life material, wife material. And the truth of the matter is, I believe that you become wife material as soon as you say that you're wife material. Hey! Because no matter who you are, there is somebody, once you will get into alignment with being a wife, and once you see yourself as such, there is going to be other people who, hey everybody, I can't see you. You're not speaking or not. Do I need to, whatever. Anyway, I believe that as we say that, you know, hey, there you go. I was wondering, I said, where's my babies at? Where's my babies? Good morning, Augusta. Good morning, Fallen Star. You was just thinking about me. I was just thinking about you too. Fallen Star, I don't think we need moderators in the morning. Hey, Ursula, but I need one. Can I make you a moderator, Fallen Star? Hey, Angel. Okay, so wife material. We've been talking about life partnership, and we've been talking about we've been talking about wife material and life partnership. And you know, honestly, I think that as soon as you start saying, you know, I'm a wife, I'm wife material, however that looks for you, I do believe that it's okay to get information. What the fuck was that? We do it like rock stars, sexing in the hotel room. I believe that once you see yourself as a wife, however independent, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is that that may not look the way it may look for other people because you're individual, okay? But I really do believe that no matter what your personality is and no matter what your background is, when you start telling the universe that I'm life partnership material, and when you start telling the universe I am wife material, I really truly believe that things start to line up for you. And the right person for you to wife up, to be the wife of, or husband up, however you say it, will show up. We create our own realities, all right? Well, I believe that sometimes a dominant vibration could have been set in motion from your parents growing up. But as we grow up and we decide, okay, you know what, that's what mama gave me, but this is who I am. And this is what I want to vibe out. I believe that starts to happen almost immediately. You know, okay, I see myself as wife material. What does that mean to me? What does that mean between me and my significant other? There are some people who really do truly prefer polyamorous situations. Maybe, you know, what does being a wife mean to you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Right. So as soon as you see yourself, you start telling yourself, this is who I am, this is how I roll, then things will begin to line up. I mean, perfectly. One of the things I want to talk about today, would you hear something? One of the things that I wanted to talk about this morning in regards to, we got fire in here, huh? What sign are you? Ooh, Jesus. Fire signs. Shit. Fuck. Every time y'all come in the room, it's like heat. What signs we got jumping off up in this mother this morning? Capricorn, Sag. Sag. Look at that fire, fire. What is that? I don't know what that symbol means. All right, all right. Okay, okay. Oh, thank you. I'm happy we got some water in here to balance all this motherfucking fire out. Okay. Cancers, we need to just listen to a Cancer tell us how to be a wife because they know it. They know it almost automatically. So what I want to talk about, several things. Number one is antidepressants. A very uncomfortable subject, but it is something that can change your entire relationship. Antidepressants can, like some people say, oh, well, this person is not tripping like I am. I'm really emotional over here, hurt, sad, unable to function in my job, unable to function in my emotions, and the other person is over there just living their life up. Maybe that other person is on an antidepressant. Maybe that other person is using secret weapons to manage their emotions so that they can be effective. When I first started to hear about antidepressants, when I was a secretary for the president of a Swiss bank, at a Swiss bank in California, in San Francisco, all of the Swiss banks are on California Street, in case you guys give a shit. But so he told me, he said, I don't know why this air conditioner is not coming on. Okay. Whew, hold on, y'all. It's kind of hot. There it is. Okay. See, the good thing about having, the good thing about having earth signs is that they know how to get that temperature just right in the house. So, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have to keep good standing up, going back, standing up. Some earth signs, they know how to get that temperature perfect in the house. But anyway, so I was working at this Swiss bank, and the president of the Swiss bank, girl, he popped a pill in front of me. And I said, what's that? He said, Prozac. He said, I would not be here if it wasn't for this. That was when Prozac came out. That was years and years ago. I was like, what do you mean? He said, it just, he was like, you know what? You can be on crack, or you can get on something that will balance your chemistry so that you can be most effective. So when you see people who are really doing things, you know how many drugs superstars take, right? Now, maybe they just go a little bit overboard with it, but now people say, oh, well, I like a more natural, I want to be natural. There are natural things that you can take, like St. John's wort. Like if you feel some kind of way about taking an antidepressant, St. John's wort is a natural thing that you can get at CVS. Does everybody have a CVS where you live? Or a Walgreens, or a Walmart, and it's called St. John's wort, and it's a natural antidepressant, but you have to take it you have to take a lot of them, but it works. It works. Thank you. I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. Do we have any moderators here? So it's like, if a person is feeling, like my emotions, some people, it's like it's not your fault. Sometimes you can be very sensitive. And what an antidepressant will do, I'm not a doctor, but from what I've seen, it has completely changed relationships. Like if somebody is having emotional, they have a lot of emotions, and it could be that a person is so sensitive that they carry other people's emotions. They pick up on all kinds of emotions. That's what boundaries are for. Boundaries say, okay, I'm only going to pick up what I can handle in order to still be functional and still, work. Antidepressants are an amazing way to function. There are clinics where you can call and you can contact a doctor and talk to a doctor about the different options that are available. Sometimes it takes a while to find the medication that works for you. But the president of the Swiss Bank told me, when you see somebody who is at my level, you best believe they take something. Now, you can choose to take shit that's going to bring your life down. Okay? Like, God knew that there were going to be different types of spirits released in this world. And, you know, there are tools that we can use to empower ourselves. All right? Now, some people, they smoke marijuana, and that's cool, too, if it doesn't make you go to sleep. I mean, you got Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem. Who else is open about it? You know, they're like, look, this is what I do. This is what I use to help me get through. Everybody needs something to help them get through. I knew one girl who got on something called Wellbutrin, and as a result of that, she finally graduated from college. It's like she just was refusing to even think about that, because in the ghetto, people would rather be on crack than to go to a doctor and get help. But when they go to the doctor and get help, they get out of the ghetto, because then I can start functioning at really high levels. People look down on that, but my thing is, if you can take something that can help you be a better person, help you be a better wife, help you be more stable, that you can, you know, bring stable emotions to your partner, or stability. People want stability, right? We thrive in stable, secure environments. So I know the Scorpio who is telling me about his wife who's up and down and up and down and up and down, you know, and she says, well, it's you, it's the kids, it's the cat, it's the dog. But she went through a lot of trauma. And like, if I care about you, because see, the thing about this particular Scorpio is he's really considering other options, and she doesn't know that. He's getting tired of dealing with her and with all her emotions. I think that, quite frankly, that will bring two people closer together. It's like, to me, it's like, okay, we've gone through something together. Baby, it could be your man too. Maybe your man needs to be on antidepressants, and maybe there's a nice way that you can say that to him, you know? People have very strong opinions because they think it means that you're crazy. But to me, it means that you're smart, because you want that dollar. All right? You want to get that dollar, and you want that relationship that works. But from whatever happened in the past, sometimes, like, if you're very sensitive and you grew up in an environment where where they yelled a lot, it could just kind of make your emotions just go all kind of places that they are really not supposed to be. But maybe whoever raised you was kind of crazy, and in order to deal with that, it's like, well, let me take my power back and let me empower myself. But you can start off with some natural remedies for your emotions. Like I said, St. John's wort, weed, if that works, do it. But if it's to the degree that you're not able to function, you know, something happens, I get really angry, or I get so super emotional that I can't function, it might be time for you and your partner to consider, thank you, Lucy. Thank you. It might be time for you and your partner to consider antidepressants, okay? That's the first thing I wanted to say. Now, I love things like that, because to me, it's like, it brings us, you know what? Even if you have Jesus, you may still need antidepressants, because who created those antidepressants? See, I don't like when people, well, you know, you just need Jesus. No, you don't just need Jesus. Okay, maybe Jesus will tell you to go get your ass on some antidepressants. Yeah, okay? It could be a real holy thing, because I remember when the pastor's wife had a child, and she was going through a postpartum depression. She knew Jesus better than all of us. She got on something to help her with that. And then she was stable. And she did it until she didn't need to do it anymore. Okay? But there's no reason, and there's no reason to suffer. When you find out how much you don't have to suffer, when you start taking antidepressants, it's like, I should have done this shit a long time ago. A long time ago. Lindsay, thank you for... That's right, tools. It didn't work for you, Vienna? Well, that's another thing. Yep, you got to find out which thing works for you. Sometimes some people just need a very... Like, I know this one girl. Yeah, and thank you, Madison. Thank you so much for showing up for me and showing up as a moderator. It means so much when somebody shows up. Okay? Hey, you. Yeah, you know, one of the things about getting on an antidepressant, and Deborah, a lot of people like to talk about natural remedies. If that works for you, that's great. But some people, they look down on antidepressants without even doing any research. They just are thinking what other people around them think about it. Do you know during the slavery days, there were Caucasian people who lived during a time when, you know, all other races were oppressed. All races, okay, when other races have been oppressed. But there were some Caucasian people, even though they were taught racism, they had their own way of thinking about things. They chose, and these were people who were part of the they were abolitionists. And they were part of the Underground Railroad type of thinking. I mean, a movement. Like, you know what? I don't care who you say that I am. Who do I say that I am? What do I think about oppressing a people for no reason? I don't agree with you. I don't agree with society. Let me do my own research about this. Okay? And so I encourage you that even though people around you may have very strong opinions about getting medical help for a medical problem, What? All right, like my aunt, she can't move her arm right now, okay? Because, okay, I don't know why. She wouldn't go to the doctor. She sprang it, but she wouldn't go to the doctor. Now, when I sprained my knee, or whatever I did last year, I told you guys about it. I pulled something. I went to the doctor. They wrapped it up, gave me this knee brace, and gave me some crutches. Within 6 weeks, I was able to walk again because I got medical help for a medical problem. It's been a year, and my aunt still can't pick up a cup of coffee. She has to do it with her left hand. And when I, say here, she can't, and she's okay with that. She's like, well, I don't need to go to the doctor because the only thing they're going to do is just tell me to rest my arm. But see, these people who work in the medical field, they know how to address medical problems so that you can be up and going in 6 weeks. It takes antidepressants 6 weeks to kick in, and you'll be on your way. You're like, well, I don't want to do that. Okay, and you don't have to. I just wanted you to know that that's an option. Hey, Maria. Right, Right, Madison Lee. I'm so happy you said that. I'm so happy that you said that. It was when I went to college. I don't mean to say that, like, honey, I went to college. It was, whatever. Anybody can go to school if you apply. And that's when I started learning about depression and how there are different ways to handle depression. There are natural ways, and it depends on the level of depression you have. Some people only get depressed around their period, and there are some doctors that prescribe like just 0.5% of Prozac. Okay, and there's a lot of humiliation and shame around antidepressants. But my thing is, so I don't know if you guys remember Janet Jackson sued a butler because he exposed the medication she was on. Baby, when you see somebody high functioning, you best believe they own something. They own something, because they have the education and the resources to know about it, and they have the resources to pay for it. Something. Somebody high functioning, they own something. So you get to choose. Okay? People are like, well, I just want my emotions to be balanced. Super chat is open. I just want my emotions to be balanced, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But it's like, if you're taking more time out of the day to balance your emotions than to live your life, it's time to think about some alternatives. It's like, oh shit, let me just pop this fucking pill and be about my business. So, let me see. I'll be right back. So I told the doctor, I was like, I don't feel like I'm depressed or anything at this time, but I just want something that if I do have a bad day or if I want to get over something, I can. He was like, well, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of shit to try. So I need to give it back because I haven't opened it yet. But anyway, I don't know what the fuck this is. Has anybody heard of this? If something, you guys, I practice what I preach. I really do. Have anybody ever heard of this? You've heard of this? It is a stigma, Lindsay. It is a stigma. But see, while you're going around here embarrassed about a stigma, your relationships are getting fucked up. Okay? So I guess you're supposed to take these in 14 days. I need to read this shit. I don't even know what it is. But I think that when I started working in corporate America and I started seeing how high people were going up on the corporate ladder and how many of them were taking something, whether it was Rexoli tea, take 1 tablet without food. Okay, so, yeah. Anyway, so these are just samples. Sometimes they'll say, okay, because I talked to the doctor. I was like, listen, I want my emotions to stay stabilized because I want to do this. I want to make this. I want to do this. I want to do that. He was like, well, I'm just going to, give you some shit, see what works. And you know what I mean? And what doesn't. I'm going to start. I haven't, but I'm going to start. Just because, when I was in corporate America and I saw, thank you so much for your super chat, Heaven to Earth, Heather. When I saw just how functional people became in their relationships, how functional they became in their lives, and it's how functional, how wonderful it was to hang around them. And whatever you do, whatever's in your cabinet, whatever conversation you have with the medical profession, no, it's confidential. You don't have to tell anybody, but I do encourage you that before you say nay to antidepressants, that you do some research. Read stories. I started reading stories of how people, how their lives changed. They were finally able to do that thing they've always wanted to do. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's about getting yourself together medically. And thank you guys for being so receptive to that. Thank you for your kindness, you all. Your kindness really moves me. Oh, you learned about it in college too? Thank you, Heaven to Earth, Heather. I'm glad you guys are getting something out of this. I felt a little apprehensive about community. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, honey. Maria C, love you too, girl. Right, you should not be judged with what helps you get through the day, and knowledge is power. And you know what else is power? Antidepressants. You take, you know what? You get that that president off of those antidepressants, and he's just like everybody else, an emotional mess. You know, but people have very strong opinions about something that they've done no research about. So I would encourage you to do that. I know, I understand, but that's just a seed, and I'm happy that I put that out there. So sometimes, yeah, like a lot of you have already been thinking about it, but you never took any action with it. And so it's causing instability in the home. They're like, you have everything else it takes to be a wife, but unstable emotions. But everything else is there. I don't know who this is for. Okay, somebody who's listening, you've been really thinking about it. You heard about it, you thought about it, you already knew about it. Somebody out there already learned about this option. And then the cards are saying 99.9% of you who this is relating to, you're already wife material. You know, like you already have a lot of amazing wife-like connections or, you know, qualities. But thank you. But the only thing that's missing, is, let me just get my, you know, emotions in order for the sake of our relationships. You hear what Lucky just said? Okay, good. Lucky, I'm happy. Lucky, can I make you a moderator? Since you're here all the time? Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate that. I know you got your own channel and your own readings that you have to do. Oh, I can? Thank you, Lucky. Okay. Because I know you will handle it for sure. Oh, Maria's here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the lady said that she went to the doctor, but she found medicine that makes her feel messed up. She found for herself that eating healthy and exercise works to stabilize her emotions. Okay, and my response to that is, that's good, but that doesn't work for everybody. You know, I think people have to find out what works for them. And some antidepressants are going to make you feel fucked up. That's why you got to find the one that's right for you. Okay, you have to find the one that's right for you. But a lot of African American people that I know, they're going to fight against it. And you will hear and if you look in the chat, most of the people who are against it, they will be Black, because we've been taught not to do things like that. And yet, you know, it's like, you know, it's like I was listening to the news and they were saying something like, Madison Lee was it? They were saying something like, you know, maybe Black women have more high level cases of breast cancer than any other ethnic group. And it's because we don't go to the doctor early enough. Like, you're supposed to get your breast examined, get a mammogram over a certain age. We don't get it early enough, or we just won't go because we've been taught certain things. So my thing is, this is a Black woman saying that I agree. I'm happy. I'm so happy oh my God, thank you guys so much. Yeah, you go through this period of time where you have to find, you can exercise. Everybody doesn't have the same type of emotional stuff, but everybody's different. Everybody has a different background. But my thing is, if somebody is smart enough to know how to win, okay, like you win your way and somebody else wins their way. But if you want to win, whatever I'm doing behind closed doors to get myself to where I can be competitive in the marketplace, in the workplace, whatever. So if you're going around not taking medication when you need it, you're going to be competing against people who are taking medication, going for the same job, able to show up, able to function, able to work with others well, able to do their job. And then you're over here talking about eating right and exercising when your ass needs to be on a fucking antidepressant. Now, not everybody, but that's who you're competing against. You're competing against people who, you know, maybe they do whatever they need to do to get their emotions in order. And, you know, you're on some, well, I don't know. Why is it that some, you know, people can show up and for their lives, and people can show up for, you know, what God has assigned them to do, because they make decisions behind closed doors. That ain't nobody's motherfucking business. If I choose to call a psychiatrist and get an antidepressant, that ain't your business. But I feel that it is important to do research. Isn't Jim? Okay. I do think that exercise is wonderful, but there are some people whose emotions are so out of balance because they're extremely sensitive. They pick up on everything. You know what I mean? And they cannot function. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. I couldn't imagine being depressed and being a mother. Oh my God. And having a dog. Ugh. And having to work? Oh no, I wouldn't put myself through that. Okay. Yeah. I'm happy that yeah, it's like biochemical imbalances. Thank you, Melissa. I didn't have the vocabulary to say that. But that's exactly what's going on. Biochemical imbalances that people are really ashamed of. But honey, I'm like, fuck that, because I want that dollar. You know, and without it, look, I'm gonna talk to a therapist, I'm gonna eat right, I'm gonna exercise, and take whatever else that will make me, you know, be able to compete with myself to get to the next level. You best believe Oprah is on something. You see somebody on TV function on that level, they are on something. You trust and believe. Now, what happened with Michael Jackson and Elvis and Prince was they started just getting too much shit in order to function. But, you know, you got to have some boundaries. Next thing I want to talk about is so I believe that one of the characteristics of being a wife, or wife material or husband material, is that you see somebody on a stronger level than just the periphery. There are parts of my personality and our personalities that we may just show somebody not really, that's not really who we are. But sometimes in my experience, like a husband and a husband, they can see you. They can see you. They can see you at the core level. So you might have a fling with someone who you show a certain amount of your personality with, and they have this image of you. But, you know, the wife or the husband, or the relationship that you have with someone who's your wife or your husband, they can see you bare. And this is somebody who's willing to have a connection with another human being, where it's like, I really just love you at the core. And what I mean by that, like, do we have any Scorpios in here? They probably sleep. Right. Any Scorpios in here? Thank you, Malik P. Good morning. You got a Scorpio Venus? Really, Madison? Fallen star. Okay, good. You are a Scorpio. You guys are able. You know why I always say I got a thing for Scorpios, and I'm going to tell you why. It's really not because they're sexual. It's not that at all. What it is because they can really see you. And they take the time to see you. And they can see you at a very core level, and still love you. Could you imagine somebody seeing you to the degree that they really know you? That feels like home. That's why I like Scorpios. I don't think I ever revealed why. They can get down to who you really are underneath the image. They can see your brokenness, your faults, your hidden ugly part. It's like when they love you, they love at the core and remain fixed. Who in their right mind would leave somebody like that? So what I mean by that is, let's say you are acting up. Really? Let me give you an example. Let me tell you something. Geminis love Scorpios. Don't get it twisted. One of the things about Gemini suns and air signs is that we're flipping off everywhere. So when we come back down from flipping around and you're still there, that's very attractive to us, because we don't know how to do that. Okay? But like, let's say that you are acting crazy with your partner, whoever your partner is. Let's say you're acting crazy. A Scorpio will know why you're acting like that. You may not even know what you're doing or why. You know, you go, and a Scorpio says, well, what's happening is water signs, period. You know, Cancers too. The reason that you're acting out like this is because you're hurt and you're just acting out because you need some attention. So while you're being crazy, the water signs, they can see what's really going on. To me, for somebody to see your ugliness and say, I'm still going to stay by your side, that's a wife. That's a husband. When they can say, okay, listen, now what a Scorpio will do is they'll tap that ass. Don't get me wrong. Usually they don't leave. I can't speak for all Scorpios, but just the ones that I've had dealings with, they're not going to leave their partner for acting crazy, but they sure the fuck going to tap that ass. You got to get that ass tapped. But I think that their ability, see, I've never known people like that. It was always, you have to pretend, and you know, you have to be a certain kind of way in order to get the love from people. But like when a Scorpio steps up, it's like, I'm trying to know who your soul is, or water signs, or whomever. Really, it doesn't have to be relegated to a specific sign. That's just the limitation of my experience. Somebody just said that they had that experience with the Gemini. Is that what you said? Did I read that right? Oh, and you said you're a Gemini and your Cancer sister can see. You're a Cancer and your Gemini sees you very well. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good to know. But to me, to love on that level, it's like, you know, water signs take it to a whole different level. It's like, no, I'm about to see who you really are. I think that those of you who can really see like that, you Scorpio, Cancers, and Pisces, I don't know. I just kind of think that y'all got something that would make somebody that, I don't know. I mean, how would you feel if somebody could really see you? That really touches me, because growing up, nobody wanted to see the real us. They, the real me, my sisters, my brothers, whatever, come from a pretty big family, actually. My sisters, my brothers, my cousins, it was always, you are not enough. You need to be somebody different. But when you have somebody who can say, I see you. I know why you're acting out like this. I know. And I still love you. That's amazing. Now that is a wife, if you ask me. Somebody who's like, I'm not here on an ego level trying to win. I really want an authentic connection with you, which is two souls negotiating a life with each other. And, honestly, friends, when I think about authenticity, for some reason I feel shame. I don't know why the emotion of shame comes up. And I think because we were shamed so much for being ourselves. You can get shamed into being another completely different human being. So when a water sign, earth signs are pretty good with seeing who you are too. They may not reveal it, but so when a person is being their authentic self and they get shamed for being who they are, and then somebody comes along and they're like, I love who you are. I'm not your mother. I'm not your mother. I'm not your dad. I'm not your sisters and your brothers. I'm somebody who sees you. I don't want to connect with you on an ego level because I'm not girlfriend material anymore. I want to connect with you on a soul level and have authentic, genuine communications about who you are and about who I am, and if we can negotiate a life with each other. You ever notice that wives really know their spouse? They really know them. Maybe not all of them, but they know, it's not just a peripheral kind of love. It's an ability to go deep. My mom, she's really superficial and peripheral. So I think for somebody to say, you're acting like this because I'm not home enough, or the reason that you did this, or you're acting like an asshole, is because I've been working too much. Or also, I think it is amazing when someone just speaks from their heart and tell you what the problem is. Right? That is like, wow, you really are relational. And then I'm not talking about from this angry, I'm going to hurt you place, but I don't like when you're not around. I don't like that. I don't like that. It hurts. And instead, this is what my request is. I need for you to show the fuck up. Show up and do whatever it takes to show up. Now, I don't think you should use fuck when you're negotiating connection with your partner. But isn't that beautiful to find someone who can and who will be willing to be vulnerable with you? So sometimes What are you guys saying? Let me see what you're saying. Your Libra keeps you balanced. Oh yeah, we do that very well. They can see. You know what, Zalumi, what sign are you? Could you ask for more, though, than an authentic human connection with another person where you can just really be yourself and be vulnerable and not have that person take advantage of that? Now, sometimes you do have to take your partner through training. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you get to know who your partner is. Water signs, when they've chosen you, they are going to do whatever it takes to get you. And the art of emotional manipulation from Pisces, Cancers, and Scorpios, it is like nothing I've ever seen. When a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces wants you, that's pretty much a wrap. They're going to get you if they feel like you're open to them, and they're going to do it smooth and quietly. And before you know it, you're like, fuck, how the fuck did I get in this? Now, you could be any sign, but I just think that, like, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I really like the idea of, I think it's scary to open yourself up and be vulnerable. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's some signs that can see right through you. They already know. They already know. How many water signs we have in the house? Zalima, did you tell me what sign you were? Thank you, Brittany. How many water signs we have in the house? Cancer, Moon, Venus, and Scorpio. Oh, you guys are emotional manipulators? Cancer, 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 Scorpio. Hey, Scorpio. Hey, boo. How many Pisces? Cancer, Cancer. Are there any? What are you, Heather? Scorpio Moon. Venus and Scorpio. Scorpio Moon. Honey, if a Scorpio Moon decides that you gonna be they spouse, you ain't going nowhere. Honey, I have worked with some Scorpio Moons. They go to the dark arts. You ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Right. You just, once you got into the eyes, you caught the eye of a Scorpio Moon, it's over. That's it. If they want you. Unless their sun sign is Gemini. All right. So another thing that I want to talk to you guys about, a lot of Pisces ascendant. Pisces are going to get you too. Oh yeah, Pisces, if they want you. Pisces are going to get you too. Oh, thank you, honey. I love your name. Mars and Scorpio? Ooh, he just told me, I see you. Listen, who just said that? Hold on. I see you. Heaven to earth, Heather. Now, sister girl, when your Mars and Scorpio says to you, I see you, they don't mean it the way we take it. Oh, okay. No. They know, like, inner workings. They know how your mind works. They know the demons that you're fucking with. They know why you do what you do. They know what kind of heart you have. They know what's underneath that heart. They know what you about to do. They know why you do what you did 10 minutes ago and why you gonna do what you did 20 minutes from now. They know what you need. They know exactly. I mean, when they say they know you, I don't, honestly, you guys, with all due respect, I don't take my cards to find out about people like that. I just be like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I do. But I think that's more like a feminine energy job to find out about a masculine energy. They are responsible for the love of the relationship, the feminine energy. And then the masculine energy just kind of aligns up to whatever the feminine energy is like trying to come in and do. But a feminine energy, if they want that masculine energy, their level of manipulation in order to get that masculine energy is flawless. It's like, God damn, yeah, bitch, you got my motherfucking attention. That's how some men feel. You know, some of you have manipulation down to an art. I'm not even gonna lie. Some women can manipulate the fuck out of a man. So you said, Maria C., that the Scorpio says, I see you. I don't think, personally, for me to have been ignored my whole life by, anyway, for somebody to say, I see you. I know why you're doing what you're doing, but I'm still in love with you. It's like, do you mean that? And what are you going to do with that love? You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do with that information, Scorpio? What are you going to do with that information, Pisces? What are you going to do with that? Because at the same time, they like strength too. But to be able to just really relax and be yourself, because the motherfucking Scorpio knows anyway. Ain't no need to be nobody else because they already know. Cancers, they already know who the fuck you are. Pisces, oh please. They're the last of the zodiac. They knew you were coming 5 years ago. Pisces knew you was coming 5 years ago. And when you hear, they can see your aura. They know what your mama did. They know what your daddy did. They got you. They got your number. Baby, I got your number. Oh, and I know that you got mine. They got your number. They're going to get your number. So, sometimes, you may have to use your feminine wiles to your advantage. I don't know how to do that, but it apparently other people do. We need to listen to the Scorpios and Cancer. Oh, you said it was emotional manipulation. Oh my God, can they emotionally manipulate? Because I'm just like, up front, out in the open, this is what it is. This is the truth. Therefore, this is the justice. Doop-de-doo. So you Libras, you air signs, out there dealing with these water signs, and you're like, doop-de-doo, we're going to be straightforward and everything's going to be right on the table. Bitch. Not if they want you. They will do whatever. Let me ask you something. Scorpios, let me ask you something. Water signs. You find Aries to be manipulators? I know, we don't know shit, do we, Gemini? It's like, huh? What's going on? Cancers. That's how I feel, gay, but that ain't how them water sign feels. Cancers, Scorpio, Pisces, can I ask you a question? Why do you guys, okay, oh no, not Scorpio. Lucky, what sign are you, Sagittarius? Water signs. Why do you emotionally manipulate? Is it because you want to win, or is it because you want the person? Do you emotionally manipulate everybody or just who you want? It's about power. It's not about love. So if you want something real, okay, can somebody, to get a specific outcome, tell me your sign first and then answer. Thank you, Maria, for being on your job. It's about control? Okay. Okay, Jennifer, to get what you want. All right. So, Jennifer, Do you emotionally manipulate everybody that comes into your space, or is it somebody that you want? Do you do it because you want them, or do you do it? Okay, I'm getting too many answers. I need a Scorpio to answer, because a Scorpio would just answer it straightforward. All right, who do you do it to, Jennifer? Scorpios, I need you to answer. Oh, I see. Scorpios, why do you emotionally manipulate someone? Is it about power and control, or do you love them? Is it that everybody that comes into your space you want to emotionally manipulate, or is it out of love? Why would you want to control somebody? You have a Scorpio moon, Lucky? Anonymous, you got something else in your chart if you're a Scorpio and you move on, because I ain't never heard of that. Oh. Oh, really, Gigi? Manipulation isn't always negative because, see, it's really interesting. I'm just sharing with you with my experiences because, as an air sign, it's like, okay, it takes us a while to get deep anyway. And I'm not trying to have no sob story or anything, you guys, but the truth of the matter is, once you have a mother like mine and you spend Christmas in a shelter, it's like everything else in life is smooth sailing. For real. So, okay, I meet the love of my life, they're gone. All right. I'm numb. I know I can't really, get hurt like that anymore. But I would say this, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. There was a situation where, honestly, Scorpio, Cancers, and Pisces, and everybody else, but I'm kind of talking to them because, I'm talking to everybody really, but they can really understand what I'm saying. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Honestly, I was not as into them maybe as they were into me. Okay. And whoever this person was, I was just gonna just let it go. Even though I felt a lot of attraction. A lot of it is my issues, me and mom, whatever. So they emotionally manipulated me and caused me to get riled up about something. I mean, like, really pissed me the fuck off. Now, because my emotions started getting involved, I began to look at them just a little differently, right? Now, had they just came correct, like me, I probably really wouldn't have been that emotionally invested in the situation. But what they did, because they're highly intuitive, they stirred some shit up. They found out what pushes my buttons. All right? You're welcome. So, it is an emotion. Thank you, LS Cherry. Okay, it is emotional manipulation. Oh, excuse me, an emotional strategy. I've never strategized from the emotions before. I never tried to catch somebody from what's going on with their emotions because I'm just all air. It's like, well, let's just be logical here. So I didn't see it coming. I didn't see that shit coming at all. I don't ever look for that. Those of you dealing with the water signs, they want you, but maybe you're not that interested or you're not that involved. So this person came from the left, pushed my buttons that they knew were there from their intuition. And then it got me so fired up that emotions began to erupt over the situation. When you get a woman emotional, you start drawing her to you. When you get a man emotional, they feel drawn to, a situation. And they may not even necessarily have feelings for you at first, But it's like, you done pissed me the fuck off so much that I'm pissed the fuck off. My emotions are in this now. So now I have to figure this shit out. I'm trying to tell you, Libras, Geminis, Aquarius, Leos, Sagittarius, Aries, what's going on the emotional strategies of some of these water signs. So then, y'all, I got fired up. I got so fucking angry. So angry. And this is the same person. Honestly, oh, really, Jennifer? Well, that's good to hear. I got so angry. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I had gotten that angry in so long. I mean, push that button, not all the rest of them. I mean, please push the sunshine button so you can see the sunshine. No, honey, they went to the moon and pushed that button. I got so livid. I saw red and just shut down. I just shut the fuck down because I could not believe the level of rage that I was feeling. And I know that they're sitting back and like, tee-hee, tee-hee. So I was like, I'm really about to close the door on this situation. But they had to do it because I would have just admired them from afar and not done anything, but just kind of admired them from afar and just kept it pushing. But that water sign was like, no, you won't be doing any of that. If I have to have your anger and your rage, I will take your anger and your rage than indifference. Yes. Oh, they don't know that they manipulate? It's not something they're aware of? The fuck if it isn't, honey. That whole situation was strategized. They use strategy to get what they want. By the time, like I said, I like them, but just because a masculine energy has feelings for you doesn't mean that they're going to do anything about them. Like when women ask about men, how does he feel? I can be in love with somebody and not do anything about it. But this particular water energy wants my ass. They're like, oh no, you are not going anywhere. And I'm going to fuck with you emotionally if that's what it takes to get you emotionally involved to keep your ass in check. And what I find interesting, you guys, is I feel humiliated and I feel embarrassed but it worked. It got me looking at them because I wasn't. I mean, I was, but not really. I was, okay. It's like I wasn't interested in them on the ways that I'm normally interested in someone. And I was like, yeah, okay, Oh, they're gorgeous, but can take or leave it. But then they knew that. They knew that. So some of you who want a husband or a man, sometimes you have to fuck with their emotions. And it's terrible. It's dark. I'm triple air and we're of the light. But the water signs, they will use dark manipulation if necessary. And I think what kind of, honestly, you guys fucked me up a little bit is that it worked. That it worked. It pissed me off though. But I got over it. And now, oh, my eyelash was popping up. I didn't know my eyelash was popping up. Let me see. Is it down now? I need to look. I should put some more glue. I'll put some more glue there when I do it next time. Good morning. So, but even though it was dark and it was fucked up, as a Libra, I feel like all is fair in love and war. So then, the water sign, because they're highly intuitive, saw that I was kind of like, that situation did fuck me up. And it did kind of create some type of emotional energy over there that would not have been there if they had not come at me like that. They probably spent a lot of time investigating what my response was going to be because they want me. And they want me to want them. So it's really interesting, air signs and fire signs or earth signs or whatever. Air signs is really interesting how these water signs, they will, if they want you, they're not straightforward like us. They will come at you in a feminine strategy, a female strategy to get that masculine energy that they've decided that they wanted at any cost. So when they say, Scorpios like to win, I don't think we really give a fuck. Air signs are like, you better be careful talking about and you dealing with a water sign and they decided that they want you. You better know who the fuck you dealing with. So then the next thing was the water sign wanted something else that I wasn't giving. They went completely around to get it. And here I am. Pop it up. And that water sign the whole time is creating a strategy to pull my ass in. And the next strategy that they used worked. Now, I'm still my own person. I'm still going to do me. But when I see that maybe the behavior was about reeling me in, it makes me feel different about the behaviors. Because everything that they did manipulatively is working. And you cannot talk a woman out of her emotions. It's a waste of time. I'm not really interested in retaliation because I don't give a fuck. I mean, I do, but it's like really find it fucking fascinating. And you know that song, you love it when you lose. You love it. I love that you don't play fair. That's what you're gonna keep calling me master. There's a part in that song when he says, I love it that you don't play fair. That's not playing fair. When somebody comes at your emotions to reel you in. But it's like, emotions are there now. Thank you so much for your super chat, Jasmine. You hate him. He cheated and don't want to let you go. A Scorpio is not going to let you go. Not I haven't seen it. I hear that there are some out there. He was a demon, lacrosse. I don't usually give my mate anything to be jealous of. Not my mate. But so what happens is this manipulation, can cause us to really have a reaction. But by that time, the emotions are there. I'm not saying you have to act on the emotions, but if you get a water sign that warns you, if they say, you know what, don't fuck with me because you're not going anywhere, believe them. Unfucking believable. The craftiness of the water signs, is unreal. So, me personally, like if I find out somebody's sign within 30 seconds, so I know who I'm dealing with. If I find out that I'm dealing with a Scorpio and the Scorpio is attracted to me and I don't feel the same way, I keep a distance because I know that if they decide that you're who they want, they're going in for the kill. Cancers, those are my everyday friends. I talk to Cancers every day on the phone. Everybody else is like once a week, something like that. Cancers every day. Hey girl, this happened, and then you know what happened, and so we had... And then the Cancers are like, well, what did the doctor say? I don't know what the doctor said. Well, maybe you should. I don't know any. And, we just go back and, usually Cancers that have Venus and Geminis or, whatever. So it's really interesting to deal with you guys who are emotionally manipulative. And it's like just sitting back. But when he said, I love it, you love it when I lose. I love that you don't play fair. You keep calling me master. What song is that? When we love. So, I guess what I'm saying in conclusion is, my spiritual mother, she always says, well, I was listening to her last week, and she said, everybody is different. Everybody has different personalities. People come at you from different ways. But I have to respect. I'm telling you. Now, the way that you water signs emotionally manipulate, it's not my style, but I gotta respect it. I don't like the devil, but I do respect him. It's like, God damn, that was fucking brilliant. But, it's like, these bitches, they get what the fuck they want. They get what they want. If they sit, they strategize, if they gotta use the cards or Ouija board, whatever the fuck. It's deep. It's deep. They will use emotional manipulation. Yay, you said that person will do what they want regardless. Oh, I see. Okay, so I guess It's when the person sort of has feelings for you already. I didn't know my eyelash was coming up. I really don't know anything about emotional manipulation because I'm so direct. So, but I can see where it has its place. Now, it hasn't caught me because I'm still pissed the fuck off. Like, I'm really pissed off. But the water sign is like, I know, you'll get over it, but you're mine, and that's how it is. So get used to it. Look, oh. Let's see what the cards have to say about being wife material today, all right? When we love. Let's listen to that while I'm laying the cards out. Really? Right, giggle. I don't understand why not being direct either, but Cancers don't have vocal cords. You ever, I don't know if I really like seafood. I got my seafood, you guys, yesterday. But I wonder how you make gumbo. I don't know how to. But when I used to clean out the crab with my granny for the gumbo, okay, she would go to Chinatown, get them live. You pull off their backs, whatever. There were never any vocal cords. Or if you boil them, okay, like, okay, my ex would boil lobster in beer, okay? When you boil lobster, you hear them scream. Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. You hear something. It's like, what the fuck is that? The lobsters. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. Turn their head off. Cut their head off. But live crab, you just hear the clamping. You know, you hear the pinchers go. But there's no vocal cords, so everybody cannot be direct. And it's different. It's like it's like what kind of, it's different. It's just different. Like, they will be with you though through thick and thin. I should have ran when I had a chance. I should have ran when I should have ran when I tried to. I'm still trying to run. I'm trying really hard to run. I'm trying real hard to run, but the only thing they're going to do is come back with another emotional manipulation to pull me back in. But, you know, I don't know. But I did. Oh. Let's see what the cards have to say. Wife material. What is today's date? The 2nd. Is it the 2nd? Yeah. Oh. I wish they would just deduct my rent out of my account. You keep calling me master when we love. Really? Barchatoon? All right, I'm going to do this reading and I want to talk to you about your gumbo. Okay. So some of you, yes, I did giggle. Ooh, wow. Did that really happen? Ooh. Okay, sorry about that. I just put it on the stove because I want to eat some this morning, honey. I am a seafood lover. Okay, so what do you guys think about that, about emotional manipulation and what we talked about today? I think it's interesting. It's like, wow. I can't say that I'm caught because it's really hard to catch air. But if a water sign wanted to catch air, they could. It's hard to catch air signs, you know. You can catch them, you know, they can, you know, be in their head with you, but to get their attention. So I would say that what that emotional manipulation has done to me is that if I saw that water sign next to a bunch of other good looking people, as of right now, they would have my attention across the room. That's what it's done. Like if we were at a party, I would be looking at them. Now, because it's like, damn, did you really get my attention like that? No one's ever done that. So it's like, let me look at this creature. And the fact that like somebody loves you, even the bad parts of you, it's like, yeah, I would see that person across the room. But once you spend Christmas in a shelter and, you know, you get betrayed by your mother, anything else is smooth sailing. So if they leave or get married or whatever, it's like, I expect that. I expect you to leave. That's what I expect. I don't like motherfuckers that disappear, though. You know, we're going to have to fight some other kind of way, but not through disappearance. That's not cool. All right, let's see what the cards have to say to us. Everybody in this room, everybody is loved. It's the last thing I'm going to say. I'm going to finish the reading. This is how I do things over here. Everybody, you know, I'm not for everybody. There are thousands of readers that you can go to, but Sunshine Tarot talks her ass off. And, you know, and if it bothers you, I get it. You got to go someplace else. And I'm not for everybody, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes I'm intellectual, sometimes I'm ghetto, sometimes I'm ratchet, sometimes I'm classy, okay? Sometimes I don't curse, other times I'm off the wall with it, but I'm gonna be myself, and that's what's up. Because one thing that I've heard from people, you know, that I had long-term relationships with, they say, you were the same person I met day one. You're the same person. Okay. You keep calling me master. Let's see what the cards want to say about wife material and long-term partnerships. Thank you, Oracle. You are so smart, Tarot. I really appreciate the tarot. If it wasn't, I mean, the tarot cards have allowed me to be independent. They've given me sometimes a peace of mind, advice that I needed. I truly, deeply love the tarot. I really appreciate it. I tell it all the time. I want you to know I really respect you and I appreciate you. I was looking at somebody doing a reading the other day and they were like, thank you so much. Thank you for your advice. I like that. Okay, let's see what the tarot and its infinite wisdom wants for us to know about, what does the cards want us to know about being wife material? Okay, so let's do it. Pick 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to just read one card and then I'm going to read all the cards for the whole group. All right, 1, 2, or 3. Crystal clear. You're so crazy. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so 3 is first. For all of you, come on, pick some numbers so you know which number to listen to. Number 3. For those of you who chose number 3, it's saying look at your partner in a different light. Like maybe you are dealing with someone who is of another culture, maybe they're of another century, not century, and that maybe you got, maybe you guys are in another generation. But the Hangman talks about surrendering to the process that you're in, to stop fighting it. Whoever you're dealing with, you guys are not going anywhere. You just can't, not with a major, not right now. So the hangman, to me, you see how he's hung upside down? It's a situation that just makes you go upside down, but you get enlightened there. But it doesn't look like it's a comfortable place. And you won't have to stay here long. It's just a place where for right now, you just may be learning about different things in life. So whoever you're in partnership with, they're really here to teach you a lot of things. And the love that you share for this person, for those of you who this resonates, the love that you have for them makes you want to learn where they're coming from and how to proceed. Okay. Now, let me see. For those of you who selected, okay, 2 is next. Number 2 is the 4 of Swords. You like limbo mainly? Okay, number 2 is the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords just talks about maybe meditation. Literally, for some of you, when you meditate, you will get access to higher levels of consciousness about your partner that maybe you didn't have access to. Like when you sit and breathe, it's like, oh, that's why they did that. Oh, that's why. Because sometimes you're going to be like, why the fuck did you do that? And then you come up with these thoughts that are really not true. So some of you need a break from your partner. Some of you are in relationships that just are going to develop slowly. I love those. I really do. Oh, wow. How many of you guys chose number 1? Number 1 is the best. You do, Clear? Sierra? You did? You chose number 1? All right. Number 1 is the Queen of Coins. And this is somebody who is marriage material. This is somebody who, is stable. It doesn't necessarily have to be an earth sign, but this is a person. Some of you are dealing with a queen. Some of you can be in same-sex relationships. Some of you could be dealing, maybe this is you. You are embodying, oh yeah, this is you. You are embodying the characteristics of a wife. You're getting your finances together. You are getting your place together. You're becoming more grounded, easier to talk to. Maybe you're not flying off the handle the way that you used to, you see. And look how this queen, she's nurturing the pentacles. And the pentacles is like, fuck that cup bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like the pentacles are like, okay, I got to make sure there's food in the house. Make sure I got a job that can support both of us. Or, not both of us, but a job. Want to make sure there's respect here, I really like it when somebody says they want respect. I really, really like that. Okay. So this is a very respectful personality too. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, but not necessarily, because I don't want anybody's feelings to be hurt. And this is just whomever chose number 1. Okay. This is the energy that's around. So some of you are married. Some of you have someone who is marriage material that's around. Also, this could simply be a prediction that says that you will be wife real soon. All right. Now let's see what the general read says. So if we were to combine them, it would say, because if we combine those 3 readings, it was like, you know what? You have somebody that you could grow with. Come here, Mama. Let me take this off. Come here. Come here. Let me take this off, because you really itch with this on. Okay. You feel better? Good. So some of you have somebody that you can literally grow with. God damn, I needed to put some more glue on it. Oh my God, is the other one coming off too? Fuck. Okay. Some of you are with somebody who you can literally grow with. but it's like you're going to have to change your perspective because they're very different than you. And so because this person is really different than you, and the way that they operate is so unlike what you've experienced, is exciting, but it may just kind of develop more slow than the rest of the unions that were in and out. And this is going to be good for you. Whoever this is for, it's going to be good for you, baby. Because it's going to teach you that there are different personalities. There are different people. Everybody doesn't think like you. Everybody doesn't think like me. And some people think that everybody should. But people have their own way of doing things. And for some of you, if you continue in this union, it will lead to a solid partnership. If you're willing to hang it out, because it looks like it's something that's going to take a while. Okay? Now, let's just do a general read. Oh, Temperance is at the bottom. Taking the Two of Cups, which is this amazing life, or like the Two of Cups is this amazing card to me. It's communication. It's amazing because, like, my spiritual mom, she always says, when you see the Two of Cups, there are two people that are completely showing up for love. And they're looking at each other. They're not looking at somebody else. There are two people who are showing up with their emotions. And they're giving emotions, and the other person receives. And, you know, it's like there's something happening emotionally. But the Two of Cups without the Temperance, without God, to me, without medication. Ooh, all right. Okay. All right. But see, the Temperance card takes the Two of Cups and takes it to a really high level. It's like, okay, we are so different that we're going to constantly need to take our union to God. We're going to have to constantly look at what's happening with us from a higher perspective. We're going to have to keep praying about this. We're going to, see, it's like we are going to be enlightened by our union. See that the angel on the Temperance card, mind, his eyes are closed too. So meditation, connecting with the self-control, prayer. Basically, to me, it's like saying what's at the bottom of this, God, Tarot is so smart. I mean, I am so in awe of this craft. But what it's saying that at the bottom of the wife material thing that they want us to know is that we need to have our own spiritual relationship with whatever higher power we want. And we need to constantly bring this union that we have to God. Okay? Because for some of you, it's like some of you just really need to stop with, unfortunately, thinking that, you know, you're going to like leave this person alone, because you're not. Some of you are caught in a cycle where the love that you have for somebody is unconditional. You may not have decided that they're going to be your wife or your husband yet, but you can't deny a very strong connection with someone. It's undeniable. You can't act like it's not there. Or for some of you, okay, you can't act like this is not there. And it really is truly, honestly, sincerely a twin flame. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius. You could be a Sagittarius and you're coming into your own, you're balancing your emotions, you're aligning yourself. And that's why Sagittariuses are so desired right now. Like when I do readings, it's like somebody is really fervent in their passion for you. Maybe they are attracted to your alignment. All right? So a lot of you are in a partnership or not. You may not be in a partnership, but a twin flame is around. It's a very strong possibility, again, that it is a Sagittarius, or with these cups here, it could be a water sign. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. Some of you are just in a real good space. You're in a real good space. And because you are elevated, your soulmate, or actually this is more than a soulmate. This is a twin flame for me. Especially since in Aleister Crowley's deck, The Temperance card is called Art, and it's literally two people coming together. And it's like the art of combining two different personalities into one. Okay? That was beautiful, Tarot. Thank you so much. See, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Now, for some of you, your connection could be new. All right. So the Two of Wands has, the Two of Wands has you exploring options. So maybe this connection is not solidified right now and cemented. I understand, baby. I understand. It's all right. That's why Sunshine's here. And that's why you're here for me. So, baby girl just said that the connection is painful. Okay? And it's okay. It's not going to stay at a painful place. As long as you keep this connection with prayer, you just say, you know what? I really do believe that me and this person share something solid and strong. But some of you are like, but yet and still, I'm still going to see what else is out there in this world. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you're going to see what else is out there as far as other partners are concerned. But, like some of you are solid with that chain there. It's like, that person is kind of solid, but one monkey don't stop no show, especially since shit ain't flowing right. It's like some of you are very independent personalities, okay? Like you're like, just because I'm in love doesn't mean that I can't, talk to people and see what else is out there, unless, of course, you have a Scorpio, because you might die. So if I were you and I had a main relationship with a Scorpio in which you're committed to them, like I said in October, please don't cheat on them, because your mama may find your head someplace in a field. And, we don't want to do that to mama. Okay. But now for those of you who, in fact, are dating, you're just dating. You keep prayer, but also I see some of you keep, like I said, keeping your options open. You're so independent that you have a twin flame, but yet you're still saying, just because you're my twin flame doesn't mean it's going to work. Actually, let me see why you're seeing other people. Oh, I see. It looks like seeing other, we'll put it this way. It's not seeing other people as much as it is, I'm going to still live my life. Okay. The world is mine. Maybe me and some girlfriends are going to take a cruise, and maybe I'm going to start this new project. Your twin flame doesn't like not being included with the new things that you're doing. But it's almost like there's a part of you saying, it's almost like there's a part of you that's saying, baby, you're my world, but I'm my own person. I got shit to do. I'm going to do it too. Let me see what this is trying to say. Wow, really? Why? Oh. Okay, so now that we're 2 hours in, or how many hours? Hour 38. What signs do we have in the house now? Do we have, I'm not feeling fiery. What signs do we have up in the house? Sag, Virgo, Sag, okay. Scorp, Sag, Leo, okay. We got Cancer, Gemini. Really? Hey, Scorps, I see you, boo. I wish you guys would visit me more. You used to visit me all the time. I don't know what the fuck happened. Okay, so you guys are like, it's like you know that somebody is your life mate, or some of you do. Maybe you have a twin flame and you know it, but some of you are just independent. And this is the Nine of Swords, which talks about worry, anxiety, depression, insomnia. And it's like for you to go, it's like you doing your own thing, exploring life. That's the way that you keep your independence. And that's the way. And the cards are saying that that's exactly what you should do. Also, we had this clarified by the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is someone who has mastered action. They have, it's like, I am in love, but, you know, I'm going to take my masculine energy and still have my own life, do my own thing, and live my own life, pursue my dreams, you know, spend time with my family, go and get that degree I've always wanted to get, but, you know, I'm in love. So that's how some of you feel. It's like, yeah, I'm in love. So I think so far what the cards are saying is balance your emotions by prayer, balance the relationship. Always take your significant other to prayer. Always take it to God. Like, you know what? We're not doing good, and I need for you to intervene now. Okay? God won't take anything away from you. Not anything. You can stay with somebody crazy for 30 years and just talk to God for 30 years about this crazy son of a bitch. And God will reveal to you what's going on. Okay, let's see what else we have for wife material. All right, let me look at that for a minute. You know, I believe that the cards are saying that this type of thing that we're doing with each other, friends, is really good for you. Because it's starting to have you think about what you bring to the table. And let me see. Yeah, the cards are saying this is really good for you. Because what's happening is, as you're balancing out the two of you, you know, it's like what you do is you take one cup. Oh, this is so good. So what's happening here is it's like, this is my baby, whoever this is for, right? You know, baby done manipulated me into this situation, okay? All right, so this is me and baby. But it's like, there's one cup that's, you know, pouring into the bottom cup. Well, one of the reasons that, you know, they can pour into each other is because when one cup leaves, they go out, have fun, have friends, have a life, explore, you know, just open to seeing what's out there. And then, you know, that cup is also maybe going to school, spending time with friends. This represents new opportunities with money. This represents you having a life, you getting your own cup full by, you know, taking action, small levels of actions, you solidifying your own life. And look, right here, you're alone doing it though. Okay, but whatever you're doing alone, it's a pentacle, which means you're making some real solid progress with finances, solid progress with action in your life. And so that when you come back to this temperance card, you got so much to bring, baby. You know, maybe you played tennis today. Maybe you played tennis. You might have a partner that doesn't like to share you, like they always want to be up under you. I like that. I like partners like that, right? I really do. But you know what I mean? Like, okay, it's like, well, I want to play tennis. I want to go to a meeting. I want to go to a meetup group. You know, so some of you are, it's like you living your own life and doing you is actually bringing the two of you together because, baby girl, no matter what anybody says, is very attractive. It's very attractive. That is so not good. So cold. I can't believe y'all still hanging in there. Y'all, it's been 2 hours. Y'all still in here? We about to close this in a minute. And then I'm going to come back and talk about career and do a daily read. I don't care how angry your partner gets, you know, to a certain extent, having somebody that is in love with you, that has their own life and their own mind, you know, it's like, baby, it's kind of, look, some of you are, you know, you're chained there. You're locked, but it's like, I don't know, boo. I just can't just be like, it's all about you. Because the last time I did that, you know, I ended up in tears. So now I know that to deal with you, I'm going to have a real full life. because I don't know, what's going on. I really don't. So I see like the King of Wands to me in certain cases is a married man or a married woman, but you see how their face is turned someplace else. So I think some of you are like, if we build to the point where it's me and you showing up without emotional manipulation, not without it, because sometimes it's sexy, but like, you know what I'm saying? So you really showing up? Are you really going to be there? You're going to show up? You're going to be there? Okay, well then I'll stop all of this, roaming. But it's like, some of you are badass motherfuckers. You are mad, heavy in love, but you still doing you. I know the fuck we got some Sagittariuses up in the house. Oh yeah, my God. Look at these two cards together. Lord have mercy. Some of you got a connection that's really fucking you up. It's fucking you up because this is a strong connection. This is a very strong connection. This is a soulmate connection that could, through time, turn into an adult connection. How does it do that? It does that by me continuing to live my own life. And interestingly enough, they talk about this wands representing career. Okay? So maybe some of you may be moving forward with your career. Like maybe this is something, this like, maybe you take your passion. It's like, okay, I got baby. Now, what is my passion? And how do I want to explore that in the world? Well, I mean, Vienna, you have to know if this reading is talking to you or not, okay? It may not be talking to you, babe. I have no way to control that, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. I'm doing the best that I can. If it's for you, it's for you. But, yeah, so some of you are like, I'm in love. I know this is my soulmate, but I still am a separate individual who wants to go for my passion. Maybe I still want to go on a cruise with my girlfriends. Maybe I still want to, see what's going on in the world. I still want to talk to my friends, So some of you, the cards are saying, keep your independence. And one of the reasons why this is a good ass reading, one of the reasons that it turns from a soulmate, one of the reasons that it turns from a soulmate to a twin flame is because you are not allowing this person to control your life, okay? You don't have to worry about them being there. You don't have to be upset. They're there, okay? Some of you are with somebody that they're going to be there from thick and thin. If you guys are still, you understand? So, but yeah, anyway, for some of you, whoever this is for, you move from soulmate to twin flame. Because, why? Because you have your own life, you're working on your money, you're building security for yourself, whether you're in this relationship or not. And some of you are just going to maintain that level of independence despite your husband or wife wanting you to be all of theirs. Isn't that sexy? I think that's so fucking sexy. And Aquarius is not going to be controlled, but I think it's sexy anyway that they try. And that's exactly why you guys move. It's like this might be a lifelong thing, you guys. It may not be something that happens tomorrow, okay? But what the cards are saying is that as long as you keep your independence, you guys are going to be fine. Okay, let me do some cards to understand what that's saying. So with the Hermit in the near future, one of the ways that you guys keep the balance in your relationship, sometimes it's kind of spacing out communication. Maybe you space out communication. Some of you are just on your own spiritual journey, and that's how it is whether you have a partner or not. And you're not going to allow the presence of your partner to take you off of your journey. But they'll be there, they'll understand, and they'll love you for it, because when you come back with so much wisdom and so many things to contribute to the relationship that is sexy, right? Let me see what the cards are saying about that. One of the reasons that you guys stay together is because of the passion. Also, some of you may some of you and your partner may start a business with each other. And it looks like it looks like the devil is in the business. But, the devil also represents money. Oh, don't get me started. All right, let's stop talking about it. Okay. So, yeah, some of you are going to be business partners with your spouse. And I don't know about you, but can I keep it 100? All right, all right. I would find it more difficult leaving financial stability that me and my partner have established together than leaving somebody I'm in love with. Oh, okay. All right. It's like, no, I can't go. We got a business. I know, but we combine our businesses. Are you crazy? Did you hear me? I said that we make money together. I can't go nowhere. Are you in love? Who gives a fuck? Don't you understand? We make money together. Honey, that's attractive. Anyway, so the Six of Cups and the Hermit are protected. Excuse me, the Six of Cups and the Temperance card, they're protected by the Hermit. You see how the Hermit shines his light on the soulmate relationship? Excuse me, the twin flame relationship. Now listen, if you know somebody ain't doing you right, don't be calling them your twin flame and say, well, Sunshine said, yeah, baby, it's what you say. There could just be 20 people here that have a twin flame, and I don't know, it's up to you. But anyway, so yeah, it's like, this is such a positive reading. This is such a good reading. The Hermit comes to put its light on the relationship. So this lets me know that some of you are going to go into therapy. Like, I know that if I got into a real relationship with somebody, we're going to counseling and we're going to live there. We're just going to do that because I know that is what makes relationships work. That's what I've seen over the years, that when couples get counseled on how to deal with each other. Some of you could be going to couple counseling. Some of you, why do people not pay professionals to do the job that they went to school to do? I'm not trying to do everything on my own. Okay? Yes, it is uncomfortable going to somebody, but I think, if you guys can both find someone that you like, okay, that's another way that it moves from the soulmate to twin flame, because it's maturity. You guys give each other space. Somebody may actually been studying about relationships, okay? And that is what happens here. How many minutes have I been on here? Ooh, this is way too long. But this is my channel. Okay, I do what I want to do. And some of you are going to, you could be doing individual counseling too. And that individual counseling, because I see the devil here. So maybe some of you could be doing individual counseling to help with issues like the Nine of Swords. That has nothing to do with your partner. But what the cards are saying is that Hermit keeps the sexual attraction very much alive. Some of you have partners who are very sexually attracted to you. And you're really sexually attracted to your partner. But with this card right here, it's so much deeper than sexual attraction. It's like if something happened and they got hurt and you couldn't have sex, you'd still be in love with them. All right, so let's just pull 2 more cards, and then we will be done, and then we will go into career with the next show. Some of you don't like the pace, the slow pace with this particular partner, whoever I'm talking about. And because it's taking it so long for some of you, you want to judge it and say, okay, this shit ain't working. I'm out of here. I don't know how this is going to work. If shit's supposed to work, it's supposed to flow. Thank you so much for your So your super chat, Lily. Thank you, Carrie Ann. I like a slow pace. I do if I want them, because don't you want to be known? It's like, let's slowly get to know each other. But everybody doesn't like that. And so because for some of you, thank you so much for your super chat, RSM. Somebody said, why be patient if we're in love? Let's do this thing together. Life is too short. I know that's right. I know that's right. What's the longest relationship you've been in, Alicia? But he's so good to me. It's okay. I don't like too slow of a pace. Okay. Well, yeah, that's exactly what the cards are saying. It's like some of you are judging because it's like, what the hell is going on here? What the hell? And so somebody said the Capricorn was slow. That's true. That's true when we like you. No, that's not true, Lucky. I don't feel like it's slow because of that. I feel like Sagittarius is slow. Well, okay, I don't know. Whatever turns you guys on. I think that sometimes you just have to let a connection be what it is. Oh, you don't like it slow. How old are you, LaRonda? Oh, okay. So, yeah, you guys don't like it slow. You are not lucky. You are a Sagittarius. Waiting is painful. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, I hate to hear that. Okay. They said, no time to wait. Let's go forward. I know that's right. But do you know, you might have heard me say this before, that bamboo is underground for 4.5 years before it shoots up. And if you try to get, because my people are sewer construction workers, which means we had to excavate in order to get, to put a sewer underneath the ground. And in order to do that, like if somebody has bamboo in their yard, the prices went like 3 times to 4 times up. It's almost impossible to get bamboo out of a backyard. It's almost impossible. But okay, I guess it depends on what you want, all right? Everybody's not going to want what I want. I understand. Everybody doesn't want to go slow. I just figure, I don't know. No, look, a lot of you are like, let's move, let's do this, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, so this is what the cards, let me get a reading, let me get a card on the slow movement for some of you, okay? Because you're complaining about your Capricorn, you're complaining, ooh, look at what's at the bottom. Traditionally, the Hierophant represents the institution of marriage. If you look this card up on the internet, the accurate prediction of the Hierophant is the institution of marriage. It talks about commitment. Sometimes it talks about a religious situation, doing the right thing. But see, look at how you have the Pope with these 2 people at the bottom. Okay, but anyway, it's going to be marriage for me. That's how I see the Hierophant. Okay. Also, for some of you, those of you, okay, let me just do this last thing. What do the cards want us to know about being wife material today? The Star. Wow. 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 So, this is the Aquarius card. A lot of you could be dealing with an Aquarius. This is the Aquarian age. And the Star talks about healing and destiny. And it talks about bringing optimism. And it also talks about destiny, healing, hope, new opportunities. But this is on a major arcana level. So some of you are changing. Like when you say, Sunshine, I really enjoy your work. It's helping me. I do believe I'm one of the people, hopefully 1 of 10 to 20, hopefully, that, don't just look for one person to give you hope. There's a whole bunch of people out there that can help you on your path. But the star is saying that you are the star for somebody. Some of you are in the public's eye. Some of you are in love with the star. Some of you who are watching, like Lucky, you guys have your own YouTube station with your own followers. Some of you are healers in the communities. Some of you are light workers. Some of you really have a like a spiritual destiny that's really high up. And anybody would be lucky to be with you. So what we have is a soulmate situation that turns into a twin flame situation because you are living your own life, you are still doing you, and you're getting guidance to help you. Wait a minute, you can't see how the Hermit is looking at these. So let me put it the way that the Hermit is looking. The Hermit is shining its light on the soulmate, which means you spend time on your own, you have your own life, you might have counseling, you guys may see counseling with each other, okay? And consequently, you know, because this is a relationship of substance, you know, sometimes it's happening kind of slowly. You guys don't want it to happen slow, but there will be a true healing, a reconciliation, a true twin flame connection that turns really beautiful. It's going to have God in it, and it's going to have healing. A lot of you will heal with this partner that you're with. Also, some websites refer to the star as the ultimate reconciliation. So sometimes it means you could have been divorced, you left your husband, and then you guys reconciled again. That's what it means sometimes. Otherwise, what it's here to say is that you guys are on the right track. Focusing on being a wife is opening up, like the universe is going to be aligning you with that with the destiny that's for you and with the right partner that's for you. All right. So I hope you enjoyed it. Come right back. We're going to do career. You know, I have the time and the effort to do that. All right. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. God bless.